What up, everyone? And yeah, it's another Gameshow stream as always. As you can see, the title American History. Since last week, we had about Swedish history, which is my country. Um, I'm actually surprised. I'm actually curious to see how my American friends can, if they know how much they know about their own country's history. It's I admit American history actually has a lot of interesting history, but that involves like in which part of American history you're talking about. If you're talking about, say, when the Europeans came to America, that is only like for almost 250 years, almost. But if you're talking about an entire American history, that is several thousands of years old. Of course, since when the Native Americans' ancestors arrived to America a long time ago, um, ever since then, even before the Europeans came to America, the Native Americans they never had any of their history written down. All their history was passed down orally, meaning they kept their history alive by telling from one generation to the next. And unfortunately, a lot of Native American tribes over time became extinct. It's not impossible for any, even in modern times, like say, let's say for the let's say if the entire American continent, at least the United States, were abandoned, and every those Americans that were born in the country was living somewhere else, their culture, if every those Americans would have been suddenly vanished, their culture, their language, while the language may have remained after, since England is speaking English, but different dialects, but this American culture would have been completely gone. That's actually is one thing that can happen. Yellowstone Park, a natural park in America, could extinguish the entire North American continent's, or at least the United States, culture, the people, because that park contains a super volcano. It can have eruption. Last, they estimate this eruption lasts between 600 to 800,000 years. The last eruption was 640,000 years ago. So the next eruption is long overdue. So if Yellowstone Park eruption would happen, people that live several miles in the area would be completely vaporized. And dust clouds, you may expecting maybe the dust were only covered the surrounding states. Oh no, that state that's called the dust, the ash from the supervolcano will cover 100% of the United States. But it's not only like a few inches of ash. Oh no. I am, from I heard, a list that I read about it, they estimate at least from between 8 to maybe it's 12 feet of ash. But according to some experts, Yellowstone Park, its eruption, it's unlikely will happen in any of our lifetime. So, anyways, let's talk about something else for once. We have our friendly brownie from Indonesia, and we have even our friendly brothers.
Yo, And the mic's being weird, so nothing's changed. Is that a wild Princess Dashi in the comment section asking if Malachi will join in on this group? I
Um,
don't think he's going to.
Dashi, you know about the Malachite? He usually don't join in the streams on Saturdays. Um, Mostly it's because that he usually have a game nights with his mom and his uncle and a few friends over. And another thing is that Dashi had been asking on in the group chat on Facebook and even on Discord. Um, well, mostly on Facebook actually. If anyone has seen Malachi for the past few days, because he hasn't even been online on Discord or on Facebook. Well, there is a possibilities of why he hasn't even been there. Um, One, that he is just simply just not at home. He may have just been leaving his that he is on a vacation. Perhaps he just is on a vacation that we just forgot to mention it to us. And if anyone asks what is about the what if he spent time with his dad, that is never happening because he has no contact with his biological father. I don't know exactly for the reason why um, either his mom or his uncle or himself has any contact with his dad. I did not know. He only mentioned that he's prefer no one to not talk about it. And I did ask him once that since he did mention that he lived with his uncle and his mom, I was like, what about your dad? If he's still around or if, I mean if they were divorced and he lives somewhere else. But it turned out that he has no contact with them whatsoever. So it's assumedly that his parents perhaps wasn't even married at all, that just they were living together at some point, but then split off or something like that. It's um, it's not that uncommon, and like I said, he might not even be at home. He might just be on a vacation with his mom and uncle, but he usually would have telling us about it. Another reason that he may not be there is Wi-Fi problems. Since since Michigan recently actually was suffering from some bad thunderstorms, because after all, Phi Goddess and Malachite lives in the same state, and based on what I remember, he doesn't live that far from her. They live basically in a general area, not in the same town, but close by. So she did mention to me that they had some bad thunderstorms lately, so it might have been that the thunderstorms could affected his Wi-Fi connection. As we all know, sometimes it does happen. And well, that's what I can think of. Other than the Wi-Fi has been a pain in the ass, or simply his notification, but then once again that he would have had let us know. I mean, he would have telling us on Discord or on me on Facebook, that he won't be home for a couple of days or a week. Because if there's enough notification, maybe he's just visiting some other relatives or something. The worst case scenario, the absolute worst case scenario that I can think of, is that he's dead. Which I don't think it is. I wish I don't think it is. He just might have this other. I think either he has a bad connection or that he's not even home. But then, if he's not home, he would have let us know about it. Haven't even talked to him in a few days, so even Dashi had did actually reach out to me personally on Facebook about it, but I hadn't even seen. I mean, I hadn't even seen if Malachi has been online because on Facebook, if you have been online within reason that in just one day, they had it as a spelt like so that they mentioning like say how long ago when he was online. Like if I got on Facebook right now, It said that he was online was say 2 hours ago. It was said 2 hours, but if it has passed over 24 hours, it doesn't say anything else like 2 days, 4 days, anything. So it might have just been. It's just he just might have had some bad connection or I don't know. But like I said, Dashi, even if Malachite, it's not usually that he doesn't show up in my streams on Saturdays. I mean, he did mention this before. He do has his family game night, so it's perhaps that he just. But since Feigl that did tell me that they had some bad thunderstorms in the area for the past 2 days, so it might be that, or he's simply just not at home. But then he would have let us he would have let us know if he's at home or not. Things like that. It's I don't know. Another thing is could I can that came to mind is maybe it's on a family emergency. I mean, what if there's something that had happened to someone in the family, and that and they all had to go to see the person, and that's yeah, it's not impossible though, Daji, that power system can went down, or at least the Wi-Fi can be connected, because it happens. But I don't think. I mean, we had thunder here only about a day ago, but it wasn't even that bad. Like I only heard a couple of times, but then it's just gone. In fact, the last bad thunderstorm I had here, oh boy, that was must have been sometimes earlier this year. I believe it was around February or perhaps even as April. I mean, we barely have any rain this so far as this summer has started. We only have 3 rain times in a whole almost like in 2 months, and we actually is in an active drought season or dry season. I would not say if I would not been upset if we had some rain for once. It's because it's really needed. Because some part of the grass where I live is not even green anymore. It's either yellow or brown. And walk barefoot on that grass is not a funny thing. To trust me, is it painful. It's sometimes, as people say, walking on knives. Or toothpicks. I don't know, to be honest. And that's if you want to join in the stream, you can do that. So I have a question, but this is I don't know if this question is as much as a good thing for Brony, but game guy Roy, how good are you in your counter history?
Well, it's been a while since I've done any history class, so we'll see how good my memory is.
Yeah, because I actually have found a few more questions, but I haven't even added them in this one. They are for a potentially future quest later on. So, but it's only 81 total. I think. Nope, 82. Bam. Ugh.
Alright.
Dash said my power was cut out when a lightning strike. My oxygen generator charger was killed. Oh. And I thought that, and I thought every building in the world by now had some form of lightning rods. Huh. Well, Well, let's start this stream, the game show stream. But actually, if you want to join in, the link is there, so you can always pop in if you want to. Brony, are you in there?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Since last time you actually, you know, you did say something that you could fall asleep, and I think you did last time.
Sorry.
Yeah, but it's understandable considering the time zone difference. Like you're across the world, and I, um, at the, Brony, where you live, is it considered in the summer season or winter season?
Uh, Raining season, more correctly.
Ah, all right. Because I know that Australia is right now is in the in winter season. It's kind of a bit odd if you do ask, like America, Canada, Sweden, or the rest of the northern hemisphere. We are in summer, and every country that's below, like say from below South Africa or Australia or like that, they're like in the winter season. Though I wonder if that actually involves every single country on the southern hemisphere or not. Lightning season, that is that they have. Um, Likely for most part now that's in my country we when we don't have any rain, we don't have any lightning season at all. I mean, no rain, no rain, no lightning or thunder at all. But
Well, there's
I
such
just
thing as
say
dry
though, yeah. But if I say this, when it happens, if we would have a lightning right now, the ground is still bone dry. Like it literally is dry enough. Even a slightest spark could turn it to a complete inferno. It's um it's not a thing that you really want to experience. Trust me. It's just my country had experienced that like a few years ago. Like 2018 was the driest summer in a few years. That's we in fact had several forest fires. I think it was over 200, if I remember correctly. But most of them were actually started by deliberate on purpose. And in fact, after 2014, the government actually went out with an announcement they were going to start their own fires in across the country. A controlled fire. It's just most because um, to help. You see, after those forest fires, certain species and flowers or fauna actually came forward, and certain of those types only came out after a forest fire. Wow. Uh, Crystal the hedgehog.
Huh?
Hey there.
I don't. I don't.
Uh,
I don't think we have heard her here before.
Hello.
Hi.
Koni- Konnichiwa.
I mean, unless the only two people I know that's only one of them named Crystal is that our friend from. Another one is Brianna. She usually uses one of Sonic characters, but I don't think it's her.
Uh, Welcome to the stream, I guess.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Um, are you American by any chance?
Of course.
Huh. Not surprising there. I mean, most of.
Interesting.
I mean, just been saying this. Most of my viewers of my videos are, I believe, it's around 80 to almost 90% is actually from America. So Are you gonna join in this Gameshow stream or just wanna watch?
Sure, I'll join.
All right. Well, who's gonna? That's the question. Is if you want to play in a team or you want to play alone. I mean, there's any options. Well, any of this actually allowed. So,
Ow.
well, looks that Dash is here also.
Well, you got a couple of options here. You could
Hey,
team up with Rowan
Hey guys,
or me
sorry about the other
or
day.
Dashi, or him. Also known as Kyle, also known as Game Guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been having issues with my computer.
Oh, she left. Um,
Oh, hi.
Maybe she got disconnected.
yeah, it's possible. I mean, it's
What?
happened to all of us.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in a struggle right now because I'm not able to see my mom a lot more than I used to because I'm living in Penrose and she lives in Colorado Springs.
Wait, what? Who?
My mom. My mom lives
Ah.
in Colorado Springs. I live in Penrose.
But that is not that far from it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty much over an hour, almost 2 hours long.
Well, I mean, an hour, 2 hours. It's still close. I mean,
Yeah.
considering if you lived across near the border to the other county, the other state, so even 1 hour to 2 hours, it's pretty close.
True,
I mean, if you,
and tomorrow, my mom's gonna see where I live.
yeah, I mean, like for me, I have an aunt. She lives on near the west coast, and it's pretty much almost, I think it was between 5 or 6 hours away.
Dang.
And so closest relative I had, it would be my sister. She lives in like in Hanover, which takes like 20 minutes by car or something. So, yeah, even it's 1 hour away, it's still pretty close.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, better than 1 hour than like 10 or 15 hours. Hey, who wants to be sitting in a car 15 or 10 hours straight without in a break? Hmm? Not me, anyways. I mean, unless that you have not drinking anything, then what you may have to be using, stop the car for
Drinks and
um
snacks.
yeah, or just the restroom or something because you don't want to stay too long for handling that because if you do and something happens, an accident can happen.
Oh
Oh,
yeah. I've
oh
seen,
yeah,
I've seen someone fall asleep without energy and someone crashing into them.
yeah. And I actually seen. I noticed. I don't know if this is actually really common, but sometimes when police doing this civilians over in their own car as in a civilian unmarked car, they can use bottles to pee in.
Sure.
I mean that happens in movies, but I don't know if that's happened in real life.
I've heard from a video someone created that UPS uh, and other companies peed in bottles because they couldn't use the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean it's unlikely though. I mean sometimes you had to go somewhere that you had to. So unlike okay, first of all, number one is easy to take care of, but number two in a bottle, unless it's diarrhea. But yeah, but still, I mean that's like in movies though, but I don't know if that's gonna happen in like real life.
It
I
actually
mean I
did
know
because I've seen a video about it. What
true,
stupid
but
drivers do.
in case I mean that also are like I mean police may have some form of protocols and some guidelines in order to do that, but if they're really allowing civilians over certain targets, that might have, unless that they had those big trucks and the truck is disguised as something else. and they have people in there, like screens, all that. Yeah. So, but anyways, Dashi, are you not gonna play?
Play what?
Game to stream about American history.
Of course. I love learning about my culture.
Yeah, we actually did the similar last week with Swedish history, and surprising enough that Game Guy and Roy actually got 23 right of 81 questions. That's
So
surprising.
basically, they got tied.
23 of 81, yeah.
Wow! Holy crap!
This time is actually 82 questions. I actually added in one more. The last one is a hard question. So, who's gonna play with who though?
I don't mind playing with one of probably Game Guy because I know last time when we did the stream with Malachite, I understand I made some things that are not true, and I upset probably a Game Guy, and I would like to make it up to him by playing with him.
I don't really remember because you gotta remember my memory sucks.
Sucks.
Mine does too, but I would still want to play with Game Guy because I know him the longest.
Yes, he'll be perfect for. You both have terrible memories.
Um,
Yeah, perfect.
yeah, that we can ask
Shit, fine.
Roy. Who would you be okay if you play with someone else that's not your brother?
Yeah, sure. I kind of wanted to give that Crystal Girl a try, but whatever. I'll get
Well,
some
she's
Brony.
yeah, since the
Yeah,
Crystal
new
Girl
person,
is not
figured I'd
here,
prefer,
so
like, no.
Brony is the only one option.
I don't know. It's better than Tofu at least.
Okay,
Oh my
okay,
goodness.
so
LOL.
so who will go first? I think there's the option you can use the D20 that gets the highest number. Will start.
Yeah. Well, you only have the one for mom, so we're gonna. I'll roll and you roll. Alright. Oh, you don't have to roll. I got a 20. Oh,
Reroll. Reroll.
yeah, that's not fair. Hold on, I'll re-roll. If I get a 20 or a 1, it's a re-roll because it's not fair for. Alright, that's 17. Yikes. I don't think I'm beating that.
You
You'll
never
never
know.
14. You were close.
Me
You
and-
were close though. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'll go second then.
I'm on my phone, so I may have to charge. Oh no, I have a full battery. Never mind. Oh,
Okay, so that means Game Guy and Dashifer are going to start first, though. Okay, the first question: in which year were the 13 colonies established? A. 1607, B. 1585, C. 1612, D. 1632.
I don't know this. I'm gonna. Wait, don't we have another D20? Hold on.
whose turn is it? Mine and Game Guys, or
Yep,
Roy's
yeah,
turn?
this is your Game Guy's turn.
All right. Can we both guess a year to you first?
Yeah, yeah, you can actually take two separate answers if you want. That's actually the most I've done so far in my Game Show streams. So if you take A, and you take, say, if you take C, and if he is wrong but you are right, you still get a point.
That seems like a fair idea.
Yeah, I mean that works the most. Sometimes in the past streams, Roy and Kyle actually did choose the same question, the same answer, and still get a point, despite if they're two different or the same. Even if Game Guy will pick A, and you decide, well, what the heck, I take A, and you still have the right, you still get a point, even if they're despite if you're to D or A or B or so like that. So, the options is A 1607, B 1585, C. 1612, D. 1632.
And I'm going
In which
with D because that's what the guy said.
the last one?
Yeah.
All right. What do you say, though, Dashi?
You know what? I'm gonna risk it and say D as well.
D.
Yep.
Wrong. It's actually 1607.
What? Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
And that was the 13 colonies. But I can say this: all the 13 colonies was not stabilized at the same year.
Huh.
So, and I mean, just imagine when you moved the country at the time, and you really had no idea how big the American continent were. I mean, as they moved further west, they knew that the Pacific Ocean existed, but they didn't know how big the country was, how far it west it would go, or how far north it would go, how far south. And yeah, so it's really crazy how and the travel from the United Kingdom to America at the time, it took about 3 months.
Hmm.
And today they can take only like a few days. Considering that it's while the journey could take maybe longer, that if there were no wind or storm, it's yeah, it's a lot of that happened. Okay, this is actually next question is for Roy and Brony, and this is actually a very important turn a point in colony history. In which year did the colonists perform the Boston Tea Party? A. 1770, B. 1778, C. 1773, or D. 1776?
Oh jeez, I should pay more attention. Fucking history. I feel like I
But
know
at
this.
least, you know about it.
I know what it is. I just don't remember when.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna go B.
it's did you say B?
I did say B.
All right, Brownie, what do you say?
Hey.
The same?
Mm.
B and wrong. So actually C, 1773.
Damn.
Yep. Well, that was actually before the colony, before they declared themselves independent.
Both answers were B for both of us. So if we both went B, we would have been tied.
Hmm. Next is it's still another involved about the same question actually. This is for Game Guy and Dashi. How many people took part of the Boston Tea Party? A. 58, B. 116, C. 102, or D. 95?
Actually, C final.
I'm gonna do 95 because that's a year when I was a year old.
90. Wait, you said B?
95, I said.
Oh, 95. So you said C, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Game Guy. B and C, C and D, wrong. It's actually B. 116.
Again, B?
Why do I remember it
Yeah.
being
Yeah,
Okay.
honestly, I knew there was a lot of people that was taking part of that, but I wasn't really sure exactly how many. And honestly, I wasn't even aware, and I wasn't really sure if there was any record of how many people took part of this.
Huh.
And if Brony doesn't know what the Boston Tea Party is actually, it doesn't. Then, as the name says about the drinking tea, oh no, it's not even close to that. Um, Briefly about that is um, Britain, Great Britain, or the kingdom, they were desperate in need of money, so they decided to raise some of the taxes of the British colonies at the time, included taxes of tea, and that a lot of the American colonists drink tea. and they
Hmm.
still do though, but not the same. But the colonists they responded in such anger. They were they were not wanted. They didn't couldn't tolerate that they increase the taxes of tea. So the so there's so they decided so that this 116 people went to Boston when they had this big ship in the harbor, still had the boxes that contained the tea, and throw all the boxes in the harbor like in the ocean were. They literally just picked the boxes and threw them overboard.
Hmm.
That is what the Boston Tea Party was about. Because when I first heard about it, I was like, they like had a huge tea party or something. When I saw pictures and it was on, I believe it was based on some videos when I saw that people literally throw this. Even in the Family Guy, they kind of have a parody version of like that when this British man bought the clam or the bar that the gang was hanging around it. So basically the same thing. They just throw out the beer, the tea in the harbor because as a response of this, the British government decided to increase the taxes of tea, among other things.
Am I still in the
This,
stream?
yep, you are.
All right, I just minimized the app.
Okay, number 4 for Brony and Brony Roy. Sorry, I still use that you the brothers are as one team.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
Okay, this is actually I don't know if you guys know about much about this one, but this is actually not considered as European of Americans. It's actually about Native Americans, but it still counts as this is actually happening in America. In Illinois, there were a Native American settlement known as Shakoya. When was it stabilized? A. 2nd century. B. 5th century. C. 9th century. Or D. 10th century.
C.
You go C. Brony, what you go for?
Hey,
The same.
hey,
A. 2nd century. A. Wrong. C. Ding 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 ding. Correct. It's actually 9th century. It's This actually lasted several hundred years before the Americans, the even Europeans came to country. This was considered one of those first major settlements, like big one. I believe that they estimate from between 30 and 50,000 people. That's big. This was around 9th century. It's I believe around the year 880. I mean, consider 880. That's still like in the early, and still had just huge population. It's incredible. Number 5 for Game Guy and Dashi. In which year was the island of Roanoke colonized by a group of English? A. 1565. B. 1585. C. 1542. Or D. 1598.
Hmm. I would say C this time.
I'm gonna say
B,
A.
C.
C, or B?
C for me.
B as a ball, or D as a dragon?
C, I said.
C. C. Okay. Because sometimes people say they pronounce that word. Sometimes, yeah.
That's too far away
Okay,
from the microphone.
you said A and C. Wrong. Was actually B. 1585.
Again?
Yeah. And this colony, the Roanoke, it wasn't long lasting though. And here's the thing about this: this colony has a big mystery. Shortly
Okay.
after it stabilized, they started to ran out of supplies. They arrived to come in this to New World later in the season or later in the year, so they didn't have enough time to do any big farming.
Hmm.
So, but they did actually was they were received a lot of supplies from the Native American tribes in the area. Not all of them, but some of them actually was very helpful. But so they decided to send the governor back to England. He promised to be back with the next 3 months with other supplies, but he was back with the next 3 years. The reason why came back so long later is because England and France was at war, or was no, actually England and Spain that was at war, and his ship was taken in by the fleet. And when he came back, the whole colony was gone. Like there were no signs of any struggles, no like fights, disease. There was like no bodies, anything. There was nothing. And to this very day, no one actually knows exactly what happened to the colony or colonists.
Hmm.
And among the people that was actually there was his first granddaughter, the first European to be born in the New World, especially in North America. Her name was Virginia. So, but there are some theories that the colonists were taken in by a Native American tribe in the area because when this man came back, he found a post. It said Croatoa carved into it. Croatoa was another island nearby, which also had a tribe by the name. Unfortunately, he tried to go to this island, but the storm prevented it. And to this day, no one knows what actually happened to the colony. And almost 400 or 500 years later, no one knows still. That was the British attempt to colonize the New World. That was until a few years before Jamestown was colonized. Okay, number 6.
Before we continue, I want to let you know a fun fact about me.
All right. So
I
number
am
6.
I am part Cherokee.
All right. Number 6. Boy. Right. There's Roy and Brownie. In which year were the first successful colony of America founded? A. 1610. B. 1629. 1607. D. 1615.
Gotta go. C.
C.
Yep.
Brownie, what do you go for? Brownie. After Brownie.
I don't know if he's muted or he went away from his computer.
Oh, he's not muted though, but he might have just left it for a moment though. But you said C. Ding ding ding. Correct. It's actually C.
Whoa, he actually got the second point.
Yeah. The next question, number 7, is for you and Game Guy, and this is a hard question. Trust me, it's really hard. I don't know if you even know about this, but in the United States, there is a Native American culture that followed after Clovis called Folsom culture. How long did it last? A. 1,200 years. B. 3,200 years. C. 4,500 years. Or D. 2,500 years.
I'm just gonna go. B.
I'm gonna go with D.
C or D?
D.
You said B and D? Wrong. It's actually C. 4,500 years.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah.
Me and
That's
Game,
all.
me and Game Guy are lacking behind by 2 points.
Well, there's plenty more questions left, though. Okay, number 8. This is actually a colonial question topic. In what year did the pilgrim ship Mayflower arrive to America? A. 1645, B. 1620, C. 1678, or D. 1698? If you don't have heard of this, then I will be shocked.
Well, I'm gonna go with B and pretend like I knew what I was talking about.
You said B?
Yeah. If Game Guy doesn't return soon, can we possibly help them out?
Fortunately, no.
I'm here. What are you talking about?
Both of
I
the
mean-
brothers are there.
I mean,
This Brony is the one that the Brony were. Well, yeah, actually, technically, we did that once before. When both Game Guy's other brother Roy and Dylan was there, when Malachite was muted for there when he was, and he left at some point, but where Game Guy was had to be acting as Malachite and like a double player. But yeah, that can work. But since Brony, are you even there?
I'm getting flashbacks to when I had Goku.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he fall asleep or something. But you
This
said
sounds
B.
familiar. Yeah, I'm going with B.
I think I'm for me, for Brony Dreamer or whatever his name is. I think it's 1928.
So, but you said B, 1620.
Yeah.
Ding ding ding. Correct. It's actually 1620.
Huh.
Yeah, buddy.
Wow.
I believe
You know
that
what,
they was
you're
actually. I believe
You're a great gamer now.
I believe that they sailed from Plymouth in England. And as the most people weren't part of it, like pilgrims. Well, they were actually pilgrims. They were people that was followed by their religious belief. And I could say believe that they was active at the things of the pilgrims that made part of the constitution that anyone is allowed to follow to worship any religion without being prosecuted or followed by it. So in a way, I believe that's actually happened. Okay, number 9 for Dashi and Game Guy. I think.
Alright. It's our turn now.
How many passengers did Mayflower have when it arrived to America? A. 85, B. 96, C. 102, or D. 115?
I'm gonna say A for me. A.
Okay, A. What you said, the Game Guy?
What was A, right?
Yeah, he
I
said A.
think it's A.
Awesome, I'm going with B.
B. 96.
Yep.
A and B. Wrong, was actually C. 102.
Oh my goodness.
What?
We're horrible
How can I
at
get a
these.
single thing right? What is?
You'll never know. We have a bunch of points.
Well, you never know. I mean, you never know.
True.
Okay, number 10. In what year were the Battle of the Little Bighorn? A. 1880, B. 1845, C. 1876, or D. 1859?
Let's see. Things been working out pretty well for me. I don't know why your D20 is working so well for you and mine isn't. Yeah. All right. C final.
C.
Yep.
Ding ding ding. Correct. Was actually
What is
1876.
happening?
Oh my god.
Why is it working?
Next question. Next question, trick question. Number 11. Did the Native Americans win the battle at the Little Bighorn? Yes or no? And this for Game Guy and Dashido.
I say yes.
I'm gonna say no. We're finally gonna have our first point.
You said yes. Ding ding ding. Correct. Exactly yes.
Finally.
Wow.
I believe,
How do I get
I
a
believe
point?
it was actually. I believe it was actually between the 6th Cavalry against Apache Indians, but it was a new group of Native Americans. I don't remember exactly, but I know for the general of the along. I mean, the 6th American cavalry they were all wiped out in a battle, if I remember correctly, but I could be wrong.
Name for us.
Okay, number 12. What year were George Washington elected as the first president of the United States? A. 1783, B. 1776, C. 1789, or D. 1781?
Did you seriously call us Violet Fairy? Hey, he's violet, and you look like, and your profile looks like a giant strawberry. I mean, you're right. Damn dice. I could get it right again, because why not? Alright, I can't tell that's A or D. Hold on, let me reroll. I swear to God, if you get this right again, I'm gonna lose it. C. Final.
You said C?
Yep.
Ding ding ding, correct. It's actually
What is
1789.
going on?
Hey guys, you're always good at this.
What is happening? I don't get it.
Okay.
Why are
You're
you so
both as good at this, hey guys.
Okay, number 13. The man John Wilkes Booth, who killed Abraham Lincoln in 1865, what job did he have? A. Actor, B. Farmer, C. Politician, or D. Teacher? And this is for Game Guy and Dashido. If you don't know this, I will be stunned.
How many points Roy's getting on his own.
Man. So what do you think it is?
Geez. I'm going with the
Teacher?
yeah.
Dashido, what do you go for? Actor, farmer, politician, or teacher?
I say actor.
D ain't wrong. A, ding ding ding, correct. Exactly an actor.
What?
Yep. He
Wow,
was
that's
actually
my first correct answer.
yeah, he was actually an actor, but also he shot Lincoln close blank right behind his neck. But then he jumped on the stage and phrased a sentence, but I don't remember. But it was like something like "down with the tyrant." He referring Lincoln as a tyrant, but unfortunately, when he landed on the stage, he I believe he broke one of his ankles and took off by a horse. Unfortunately for him, he was captured and hanged. A lot of people.
Game guy. I think Alicorn and Alicorn and Gamer should be our name for our team. Or do you
I
want
don't know. That's your prof.
or Team Alicorn? Perfect team name.
That'll work.
Yep, Team Alicorn game.
Okay.
I swear to God, if you get another question right, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Okay, for Roy and for Brony, At what year were the United States capital city, Washington, D.C., built? A. 1767, B. 1790, C. 1784, or D. 1798?
One. All right. A final.
Brownie.
D.
Brownie.
I
D.
think he fell asleep on us.
Still awake?
D.
You said
Oh,
C?
no, he
B and A and C? Wrong. It's
D.
actually B. 1790. Hey, Brownie, where have you been? I mean, we tried to wait. Have you fallen asleep again?
I used to be.
What the hell have you been? I've been trying to take over. I've had to take over. But actually kind of worked out for you. We got 5 points.
and me
Well,
Three right in a row. I don't know what's going on.
and Game Guy probably has 2 points.
We do have 2 points, actually. You're right.
Yep.
anyways, number 15, for Game Guy and Dashi though. In what year took France the France over most of America and named it New France? A. 1568, B. 1525, B. 1544, or D. 1582?
I say B.
D as a dog.
Why not anymore?
No.
I don't know.
B as in bat.
Ah,
I'm going with D.
D.
Yeah.
B and D. Wrong. It's actually C. 1544.
Wow. Wow.
What?
That's crazy.
While they technically took over most of the North American continent, like they really took most of Canada under their possession,
Wow.
and even part of America. But at some point, they literally sold at least that over to England. But I don't remember exactly when though. But anyways, number 16. At what year did the United States started to use telegraph? A. 1834, 35, B. 1844, C. 1875, or D. 1880? And this for Roy and Brownie.
All right. I'm going to go with B. I swear to God, if you get this right, I don't know what I'm going to do. But it looks like a teammate left you again.
Brownie. Brownie. Are you alive? He said B.
B.
You said B, both of you? Ding ding ding. Correct. It's actually B.
At least you both got it right.
Okay, number 17. At what year did Benjamin Franklin discover electricity? A. 1745, B. 1768, C. 1752, or D. 1770?
Oh my God, I know this. Wait, can you say the answers again?
1745, 1768, 1752, or 1770?
If memory serves me right, is D final?
1770?
Yeah,
Dashi, what do you say?
that sounds right to me.
Dashi.
I feel like it was either that one or the 68 one. So if Dashi wants to, he can choose that one.
Dashi.
Am I back now?
You are.
Yeah, I was texting my mom in the middle of that. I say 1748.
1748 doesn't even exist. 1745.
Oh, yeah, 1745 is my answer.
Exist anymore.
A and D ain't wrong. It's actually C. 1752.
Wow. Holy crap.
I remember it being so much later than that. Huh.
Next question, number 18, is a trick question. Did Benjamin Franklin invented the lightning rod after he discovered of electricity? Yes or no?
Yes.
I say no. Hopefully we win.
That's actually Roy and Brown's turn.
Oh, sorry.
Both said yes, which is incorrect. Exactly did.
Yeah, I definitely know that.
Wow. Holy crap.
I don't remember from.
Well,
whatever.
technically, electricity was. Yeah, electricity had probably been known for a long time, but sometimes
Why are you saying Lucky
some.
was on your team?
I mean, some discoveries of like electricity could have been discovered in antiquity times, like sometimes in ancient Greece. But sometimes some discoveries eventually just get lost over time and rediscovered. So who knows? Oh, number 19. This might be something for you. Um. Uh. Game guy and Dashi. In what year were New York stabilized? A. 1632, B. 1645, C. 1624, or D. 1628 84. Sorry.
Game guy, you could answer your question first.
What question? This question because you're not. Whatever. Let go back
In what year were Well, it was the reference was the question was when was New York stabilized? 1642, 1645, 1624, or 1684?
I'm gonna go B.
I'm
B.
going to go with C.
D. D as a dog.
No, C as in cat.
Because in that distance it sounded like you said D.
No, my phone was far away from my mouth.
B ain't wrong. C. D correct. It's actually 1624.
Wow, I got a second question right.
Number 20. Hard question for you, Roy and Brony. The Clovis people were the first to arrive to North American continent. And when did they arrive to America? A. 11,000 years ago. B. 13,000 years ago. C. 10,500 years ago. Or D. 12,500 years ago.
Hey guys, can I be muted for a little bit, and then I'll be back in like a minute or two. If the stream ends, game guy, please forgive me. I will talk to you later and see if we got points. If I forget and the stream ends by the time I come back.
All right.
Thanks.
Well, since this is Roy Brown's question,
I'm going with B.
what? Brownie says D. Okay, what do you say, Roy?
I'm going with A.
A, A and D ain't wrong. Was actually B. 13,000 years ago. And they were actually the first people that was pretty much in America. But they didn't stop there. They continued to walk even further south to at least South America, Central America. Give or take. Okay, number 21 for Game Guy, and, well, since Dashi is muted, how long did the Clovis culture last? A. 200 years. B. 700 years. C. 600 years. D. 300 years.
Oh, it's the only chance. C final.
600?
Yeah, whatever C is.
600 years? Ding, 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 correct. It's actually lasted for 600 years. Number, yeah, that's considering that's a long time. Considering that when they hunted animals like mammoths or something like that, they didn't even use the bow and arrow because that hasn't even been invented. Number, C, 22, Roy and Brony. At what year were At what year were San Francisco founded? A. 1785, B. 1776, C. 1779, or D. 1740?
D. I'm going with D.
You go with
D.
B or D?
I said D.
1740? Ain't wrong. Brony said B. Ding, ding, ding. Correct. Was actually 1776. Number 23. During which year did San Francisco? In what year did the Battle of Alamo took place? A. 1845, B. 1865, C. 1836, or D. 1856?
Let's see. I'm gonna say I am also gonna say D.
B.
D.
1865.
Yeah, whatever D is.
Wait, did you say D or B?
I said D.
1856. Since Dash is muted there, ain't wrong. It's actually C. 1836. Number 24. At what year did Texas declare themselves independent from Mexico? A. 1838, B. 1821, C. 1845, or D. 1836?
All right, let's see here. I got a 1. Typical day. All right, A then. I'm going with A final.
Right, so you said A. Brony, what do you say? Is it A? Ain't wrong. It's actually D, or 1836. They were of the same year, around almost shortly after the Battle of Alamo. They actually became a republic. How long did the Texas lasted as a republic before becoming a state of the United States? A. 10 years, B. 9 years, C. 5 years, or D. 12 years? And this is a Game Guy and Dash's third.
Well, right now it's kind of just me. I'm gonna go with D.
9 years?
Yeah.
Ding, 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 correct. It was only 9 years.
Sweet.
Okay, number 26. How much did United States pay Mexico for California, which later became a state? 1 million, B 5 million, C 15 million, or D 9 million, which means in dollars. That's it for Roy and Brony.
I'm gonna go C.
C 15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. D wrong. C 50 million. Ding, correct. They actually paid $50 million to Mexico to have California as a state. That's incredible. That's a lot of money, though. I mean, 50 million back then. I don't know how much the price would have been today. It could have been as the value today. I don't know. Maybe it could have been much more higher than that. Who knows? Maybe a few 100 million or perhaps even a half a billion. We wouldn't even know. But still, that the United America or the U.S. government was willing to pay 15 million to get California from Mexico. It's not impossible for considering how many other states had to be do the same thing. Yeah, Brony, I was not even aware. I mean, I always because before I even knew this, I always assumed that every state became part of the United States when they settled down in a certain area and they but they when they decided to make the states lines, which will literally be in the state. I wasn't even aware that they. I mean, at the time, I didn't know that like France, if they actually owned a lot of portion of Canada and some part of America. I wasn't even aware of that. But anyways, number 27. In what year did the Battle of Gettysburg took place? A. 1862, B. 1865, C. 1861, or D. 1863?
It's my turn.
Uh, Actually, it is game you guys heard.
My turn to play it. Yeah. Hold on, I gotta re-roll. I'm not sure what it landed on. There we go. B final.
B. 1865.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong. Actually, 1863.
Sorry.
Number 28. Trick question. Did the Native American tribe Choctaw help the colonists during the American Revolutionary War? Yes or no?
I'm gonna say no.
Both say no. Wrong. Exactly. Yes. Hard question for you, game guy and Dashi. A former slave named Frank bought some land and stabilized a town he named New Philadelphia. In which state was it located in? A. Kansas, B. Georgia, C. Illinois, or D. Pennsylvania?
A.
Kansas?
Yeah.
Wrong. Exactly. C. Illinois. Number 30. In what year were New Philadelphia stabilized? A. 1840, B. 1830, C. 1850, or D. 1800?
I'm taking dice off right now. I'm going with D.
You said 1800? Okay. Brony said both. D. Wrong. Actually, D. B. 1830. Number 31. How big were New Philadelphia's population during its peak? A. 105, B. 98, C. 160, or D. 110?
You dropped the dice. I know. Where we go? It landed on a 4, so it would be a. A final.
Huh?
I said A final.
A ain't wrong. It's actually C. 160.
Bottom.
It's considering a big number of people after it was stabilized at its peak. Okay, number 32. How long did the New Philadelphia last before it was abandoned? A. 35 years. B. 55 years. C. 48 years. Or D. 95 years.
Romans are ahead of the game. He already put D.
Is it D. 95 years? What do you say, though, bro?
I'm saying B.
Roy? 55
I'm
years?
saying B. Yeah.
C, D ain't wrong. B, ding 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 ding, correct. It's actually 55 years. You know, this town was actually, since, like I said, Frank was a former slave. He actually founded his home with his wife, and she was the first person that he managed to buy free from the plantation, and a few of his children at the time. Um, and this town wasn't just only African Americans. There was actually a mixed community of white people and African Americans. In fact, this town was around even during the time of the American Civil War. And it's surprising how this particular town could last throughout the Civil War without even being bothered. But the reason why it was eventually abandoned is because the the rail system had changed direction in the past by the city, this small town. So they changed direction for the railroad from the town. So eventually the town was abandoned. But now these days you can actually go see the site because this is an actually historical site, and I believe the local town, they actually cuts the grass in the shape of square shapes to be showing where the buildings were standing. So number 33, hard question. Thousands of people from all over the world came to California after discovery of gold. When did the gold rush started? A. 1822, B. 1868, C. 1848, or D. 1895?
Well, I got a 1. Cool. All right. Awesome. A final.
Well, since Dashi is still muted there, so you said A ain't wrong. It's actually 1848.
Dang.
Number 34. What was it that the Americans wanted so they did force the Indians to be relocated from their homes? A. Build new cattle farms. B. Mining gold. C. Grow cotton. Or D. Expand farmlands.
I'm gonna go.
And this is actually for Roy and Brony.
I'm surprised we are getting more points, me and Game Guy.
Yeah, but now this question is actually for Roy, Brony as well.
I know.
Let's say
I'm saying D.
B, mining gold.
D.
Did you say
D.
C, grown cotton?
D.
D. Oh, sorry. You said D and he said C. Wait. D ain't wrong. C. Ding ding ding. Correct. It's actually C. Yeah, this actually is it's about the most darkest time in well, except for the Civil War with slavery. This was actually not only one Native American tribe was forced to move. There were multiples. They were forced to move from Mississippi area to um, as far as I know, as to Ohio and further on. Not only that they discovered that the land was suitable to growing cotton, but they also found gold and other minerals in the area. So the government, I believe it was President Andrew Jackson, signed for the Indian Removal Act. And for Cherokee tribe, was one of the tribes that was forced to move. For them, this event became known as Tears, the Trail of Tears, because I believe it was around 25%, but I could be wrong. But I believe there was at least a huge portion of the Cherokee tribe died during the move.
At least
They
I
were
know the Cherokee tribe, and I'm still alive.
Yeah, but this was more than 150 years ago.
Dang, at
And
least
this,
Cherokee tribe has a little bit left.
yeah, I mean, the tribe did survive for a while to that. But here's the thing: the tribe and other tribes in the area that was also moved, they were literally, they was forced by soldiers, by the British or the American army. They were literally moved as cattle, and the soldiers, they didn't even care of the treatment of the people. And those Indians, when they were moved from their homes to new reservations, there they were actually those reservations, but the Native American tribes ended it. They have been there ever since.
Guess what, guys? Some of the Indian tribes are in Yellowstone.
Yeah, so I cannot even imagine this, just knowing that if one of those Native American tribes, like say for like Dash is part Cherokee, who knows? Even one of his ancestors could actually be one of those who was forced to move, and it's really hard.
It
And
is. It's just sad
so
that my tribe
yeah,
was involved.
this actually is another question that's involved the same thing. Number 34, 35. From which tribe was Chief John Rose from, uh, who tried to stop the Indian Removal Act? From which tribe was he from? A. Cherokee, B. Choctaw, C. Creek, or D. Ponga? Like Ponga.
Is it mine and game guys or Royals and
Yeah, this is actually your game guys question.
all right. I say I'm gonna go with A Cherokee, but I may be wrong.
I'm gonna go with C.
Did you say C or D?
C.
C. He said C.
C. Creek ain't wrong. A. Cherokee. Ding ding ding. Correct. It was actually A.
Wow,
You see,
holy crap, I was right
yeah.
after all.
Where are we?
Yeah. Yeah, so John Ross, he was a chief for Cherokee. He actually tried in the Supreme Court to have this Indian Removal Act to be dismissed. Have it illegal, prevented. And he did actually win in the Supreme Court. He did win the case. And despite having many other Americans and Native Americans and white people supporting him, but regardless, they were forced to move anyways. It's Like the president Andrew Jackson, he didn't care. Despite the evidence that this chief didn't win the case in the Supreme Court. But the president, he refused to even believe in it. He didn't listen anyways. So those Native American tribes was forced to move despite they didn't win the case. It's hard to believe a president is supposed to be to obey the law and to be showing respect, not only his fellow people, but also the other people, the minority, or even the Native Americans at all. It's really it's really much disrespectful because how this much is chief, since it didn't win the case, the president should have listened. But no matter how much, no matter how much they ever had, I know if the Cherokee and other tribes actually had support from politicians, other lawyers, and other things. But despite that, they were forced to move anyways. It's really hard to even imagine that. Like, so let's move on. Number 36. From which state was the first to ban slavery in the United States? A. Maine. B. Kansas. C. Vermont. Or D. New York.
Whose question is?
This is Roy and Brony's question actually.
Gotcha.
So which state was the first to ban slavery in the United States? Maine, Kansas, Vermont, or New York? A. Maine. B. Kansas. C. Vermont. Or D. New York?
C?
You said C? Brony, what do you say? And they fall asleep again or something. Brony, are you even there? Nope, he fallen asleep or something. But you said C, Vermont.
Yep.
Ding ding ding. Correct. Exactly C.
Oh, C.
Okay. Number 37. In which state did the Farmers' Rebellion in the 1786? A. Vermont. B. Massachusetts. C. New York. Or D. Georgia? And this is actually this is Game Guy and Dash's question.
I'm going to say
You say B?
C.
Dashy? You say go.
I'm gonna go with C. C for cat.
C, wrong. B, ding ding ding, correct. It's Massachusetts.
How many points do we have, Game Guy, now?
whatever. 7 points.
Well, the rest of the team actually had 12.
Dang, the other team is up by a few points. At least we're getting good at it.
Yeah, you're getting there. Number 38, trick question. Were the people involved in the Boston Tea Party dressed as Indians? Yes or no?
Hold on. I need my dice. Kill! Kind of one of those days. Alright, cool. A final.
So yes.
Oh. I didn't realize there was a yes in there. Wasn't paying attention, that's just great. Yeah.
Ding ding ding, correct. The people involved in the Boston Tea Party was dressed as Indians. That was surprising, though. I mean, I only knew that, though. Number 39. How many years did Lewis and Clark spend travel to map the uncharted land to the west and the west coast of Pacific Ocean? A. 3 years. B. 2 years. C. 9 years. Or D. 10 years.
I'm gonna go with B.
2 years?
Yeah.
Dashy, what do you say?
I thought we were going. Oh, am I helping the other teammate?
No, this is my turn.
Oh,
Yep.
all right. Can you go with? Can you say it again so I could possibly try and do it?
How many years did Lewis and Clark spend travel to map the uncharted land to the west of the west coast of Pacific Ocean? A. 3 years. B. 2 years. C. 9 years. Or D. 10 years.
I'd say B for bat.
B. Ding ding ding.
Yeah.
Correct. It's actually 2 years.
Huh. Wow.
We both
Me and
got it
Game
right.
Guy answered correct answer.
Yep. Okay, for Roy and Brownie, though. Number 40. In what year did United States buy Alaska from Russia? A. 1895. B. 1882. C. 1867. Or D. 1852.
Where's my desk? It's right here. All right. I'm gonna go with C.
B or D?
I said C.
C. 1867.
Yeah.
Well, since Brony is not there so if Dashy want to play as the next player for you, so that's up to him.
I will help him out.
I don't think I need the
So
help.
what?
Well, he's pretty good at it, but I'll help if he wants help. If he asks for help, I will.
All right, but you said C, right?
Yeah.
Ding ding ding. Correct. Exactly C.
Yeah, I think Roy's doing pretty okay without you.
All right.
Number
Then I'll
number number 41 for Dachi and Game Guy. How much did the U.S. government pay to be able to buying Alaska from Russia? A. $2.2 million. B. 1.2 million. C. 7.2 million. Or D. 10.2 million.
I would say C for cat.
I'm gonna say D.
D.
Yeah.
D. Wrong. C. Ding ding ding. Correct. Exactly 7.2 million.
Did I say C?
Yeah, you said C. S cat.
Yeah, you did.
Wow, I was pretty good at that question.
Yeah, but considering 7.2 million in the late 1860s, it's considering a lot of money though. It's
Oh, she's a baby?
okay, number 42. At what year were Minnesota admitted to United States as a state? A. 1828. B. 1846. C. 1874. Or D. 1858.
It is
Huh?
Roy's turn, and now he's gonna get the question right again. I'm gonna go D final.
1858.
Yeah.
Ding ding ding. Correct. It's actually
I
1858.
was kidding when I said that.
Okay, number 43. To which state did most Swedes settle down in? A. New York, B. Minnesota, C. Maine, or D. New Jersey?
That's, it's all right.
And this is for Game Guy and Dash's turn.
I'm going with C.
I'm gonna go
Uh,
with B.
did you say C as from Maine?
No, I said C for no, B for bat.
No, I mean for Game Guy.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
C ain't wrong. B ding 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 correct. It's actually Minnesota.
wow. 4 or 5 questions I answered correct. Wow.
Number 44. When were the first transcontinental railroad finished? A. 1875, B. 1869, C. 1847, or D. 1896.
I'm gonna go with C.
B.
C.
C.
Yeah,
As a cat.
as in cat.
One says brownie. Earth the brownie. Are you alive or not?
And a little bacon. What's the second?
Well, you said C. Ain't wrong. Was actually B. 1869.
Darn. Yeah, that sounds a little better.
18. Number 45. In what year did the Congress forbid import of slaves to the United States? A. 1780, B. 1807, C. 1815, or D. 1825.
B.
I'd say A for me if it's our mine and game guy's turn.
Yeah, it's your turn. You said A, and Gaming, what do you say?
I'm saying B.
A ain't wrong. B, ding ding ding, correct. It's actually B, 1807.
Oh my god, I actually got one right. I can't believe it.
Yeah, 1780. That was shortly because 1780. It wouldn't have been since the Congress itself was not much in a since that was before uh, that was still that was even though that colonies declared themselves independent 1776, but they weren't officially recognized at least sometimes years after that by British. So 1780, it was before the British recognized them as an independent country, and that was also before they even had their official U.S. Congress. So, number 46. Which state of the Confederate States of America declared itself independent first? A. Georgia, B. Louisiana, C. South Carolina, or D. Virginia?
Let's see here.
This is actually Game Guy and that is turn.
Get
Can
that
you,
dice out of here. Fine.
can you say the answers and question again?
Which state of the Confederate States of America declared itself independent first? A. Georgia, B. Louisiana, C. South Carolina, or D. Virginia?
I'd say A.
Georgia, right?
Yep.
Game Guy, what do you say?
I'm gonna say D.
Was that
Lose.
D or B, game guy?
I said D.
Okay. Sometimes I can barely hear you because the staticky.
Do you mean B as a bat or D as a dog?
D as in dog.
D. A and D ain't wrong. Was actually C. South Carolina.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Next question, 47. Hard question. How many slaves did live in the Southern states during the American Civil War? A. 50,000. B. 3 million. C. 200,000. Or D. Wait. That's just great. I have put the same answer two options. So D. 95,000. So 50,000, 3 million, 200,000, or 95,000. This is Roy question.
I know, I was thinking for a sec. I'm gonna go B final.
B, 3 million.
Yep.
Ding ding ding, correct. It's actually 3 million. And honestly, I I knew that there were a large number of slaves in the South states during the Civil War, but I would not even expect it because when I first looked it up as like how many slaves were in late in the South during the Civil War, and I wasn't even expecting it for any precise answer. I knew that there were a lot of slaves in that time, but I wasn't really expecting to get like an exact answer of the number of people that were slaves in the South. It's like I was expecting maybe they were saying like roughly a few thousand or maybe a few 100,000, but exact
Hey guys.
number of 3 million, it's insane.
Hey
Yeah,
guys.
what up? Yep,
I'm
what is it?
gonna I'm gonna leave the stream for now, and if the stream ends, can you keep me updated on the team members' answers?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right. It was good to talk to you guys again.
Yep. Stay up.
See ya.
Alright, bro. Hey, at least he told us he was leaving.
Yeah. Number 48. At what year did the United States buy the Louisiana Territory? A. 1812, B. 1803, C. 1825, or D. 1868?
Alright, now that Dashi isn't here, I can't really tell whose turn it is. I think it's my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Looks like I'm going solo. I'm gonna go B final. I said B.
B. 1803. Ding ding ding. Correct. It actually happened.
Alright, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with this name.
Yeah, you said B, and it was correct. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no.
was really Louisiana Territory. It was actually if I remember correctly, that actually belonged to France, Le France at the time. So a lot of the territories didn't belong to America then originally, like like Texas belonged to Mexico at one point, and I so that you know. Number 49, trick question. Did Kentucky join the United States in the year 1790? Yes or no?
Yes.
Since Brony is not answering here, so you said yes. Wrong. Actually, no.
Nah. Alright.
Number 50. Which year did Continental Congress appointed George Washington Supreme Commander of the Continental Army? A. 1772, B. 1778, C. 1775, or D. 1776?
I'd like to mention it just rolled right over to a 1. So that's a that's rigged. Whatever. Alright, A final.
Wrong. It's actually C. 1775.
No, what a shocker.
Number 51. When did the Southern States rejoin the Union again? A. 1869, B. 1870, C. 1880, or D. 1866?
C final?
You said C?
Yep.
Wrong. It's actually B. 1870.
Darn.
Number 52. In what year did Crazy Horse started his war? Yeah, Crazy Horse was actually the Native Americans' actual translated name from their language to American. The English translation. So Crazy Horse. That's a unique name. Was it A. 1875, B. 1872, C. 1876, or D. 1880?
This is your question, Kyle. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Alright. A final.
1875. Wrong. Was actually 1876. Number 53. What year did Martin Luther King held his famous speech? A. 1960, B. 1963, C. 1955, or D. 1968? Roy, this is your question.
Kyle's a little upset at the moment.
Why? Why?
Family. Anyway, I'll just roll the dice. And I'll just be me and Kyle, apparently. Until he figures this all out. B final.
B. 1963.
Yeah.
Ding, correct. Section 1963. Number 54. In what year did Rosa Parks stood up for the African Americans? A. 1952, B. 1959, C. 1955, or D. 1951?
He's yeah, he's upset. I'm gonna fucking give this family of mine a piece of my mind. Oh boy.
Well, right then, I can just end the stream then, though.
I'll roll for him. Alright. Cal would have gotten to C.
1955. Ding, correct. It's actually not. We'll see. Number 55. How many Native Americans were fighting with the British Army during the American Revolutionary War? It's a hard question. A. 1200, B 13,000, C 4,500, or D 2,800? Roy, this is your question.
No, sorry. A. Final.
Wrong. It's actually B 13,000. Number 56. How long did the armed conflict known as the Apache Wars between Apache and the United States last? A 15 years, B 62 years, C 35 years, or D 75 years? Huh, Brony said B. This is actually a Kyle, the game guy's question, actually. But it seems he's not in the mood. For some odd reason. Okay, what is even going on over there?
Get the phone. I don't need it right now. All right, calm down. Family drama. Isn't it just the greatest in the world? You know what? I'm just gonna ignore my phone and just focus on having fun with my friends. You know what? That sounds like a great idea. So you know what? Let's roll the dice and get a 13 and say C because I don't know. Just roll with it. You good now? Yeah. Can you put my phone? Well, can you put the phone in the tail for me? Thank you. Now that I don't have the phone there, I can focus more. And I say, what did I say? I said it was C. Is it even my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm going with C. Final.
45 years? Wrong. It's actually D 75 years.
All right.
That's a long time for.
By the way, it's 53. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're 12 points while your brother is at 16 or 17 actually. Okay, number 57. How long did the Fremont culture last? A 1300 years, B 250 years, C 380 years, or D 480 years? This is Roy and Bronister.
I'm so stressed right now. I'm going D.
B or D?
I said D.
You said B. Wrong. A. Ding ding ding. Correct. It's actually 1300 years. That's a long time. Okay, number 58. How long were the Cliff Palace inhabit? Isn't the name as a palace? It's not actually as a palace, but This is like a small village built in a cliff hang by a Native American tribe. But how long was it? It lived A 320 years, B 4 550 blah. A 320 years, B 540 years, C 110 years, or D 650 years.
I'm gonna go C.
C 110.
Yeah.
Ding ding ding, correct. Number 59. When were Ohio admitted to United States? A 1800, B 1803, C 1860, or D 1850.
Well, it was gonna be D, and then rolled over. I don't want to re-roll. There we go. All right, D final.
C or D or B?
I said B.
B 1803. Ding ding ding, correct. It's actually 1803. Number 60. When were Idaho admitted into United States? A 1890, B 1820, C 1815, or D 1905. This is Brony and Roy's question.
I'm gonna go B.
B ain't wrong. A ding ding ding, correct. It's actually 1890. Number 61 for Game Guy. How many mandates did George Washington sit as a president? A 1, B 2, C 3, D 4.
I'm going C.
3.
C.
4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't wrong. It's actually B 2. He only did for as the president should only did for 2 terms. Actually, there were one president that did sit for 3 terms, but that was like during the Second World War, and I don't think that they wanted to spend any time to focus on a election. We considered a global war was going on, so rather than having that, so they decided to extend his time, which makes sense. Number 62, a trick question. Did Iowa join the United States in the year 1846? Yes or no?
I'm gonna go D.
Is it yes or no question?
No. I'm gonna go no then.
Wrong is actually yes.
Darn.
Number 63. How many German troops helped the British during the American Revolutionary War? A. 25,580. B. 29,875. C. 21,650. Or D. 19,550.
C.
B as a bat.
I said C.
C as a cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wrong. It's actually B. 29,875. So almost 30,000 German troops was helping the British Army. Now that is a lot of people. Number 64. How many loyalists were helping the British Army during the war? A. 11,000. B. 3,500. C. 25,000. Or D. 9,500. This is Brony and Roy's question, actually. Roy, it is your turn. Brony says D.
Sorry, he's having a moment. C.
D ain't wrong. C. D incorrect. It's actually 25,000 loyalists that was helping the British in the war. That is considered a huge number. Okay, number 65, hard question. How many Spanish troops were helping the American colonists during the American Revolutionary War? A. 12,000. 12,000. B. 9,500. C. 11,500. Or D. 10,000.
I'm going with A.
12,000? Ding ding ding, correct. It's 12,000 soldiers. Number 66. How many French troops helped the American colonies during the war? A. 8,500. B. 4,500. C. 10,800. Or D. 9,500. This is actually Roy and Brownie's question.
I'm going with B.
You go with B, and Brownie said A. Uh, B and A ain't wrong. It's actually C, 10,800. Number 67, hard question. How much did it cost for United States to buy the Louisiana Territory from France? A, 8 million. B, 6 million. C, 15 million. Or D, 10 million.
Whose turn is it?
Yours.
I'm gonna go with C.
B, ain't wrong. It's actually C, 15 million. Number 68. Who were the 12th President of the United States? A. James Polk. B. Zachary Taylor. C. Millard Fillmore. Or D. Franklin Pierce. This is Roy question, though.
I know I was getting by already. D final.
Wrong. It's actually B. Zachary Taylor. Number 69. Trick question. Were James Monroe the 7th president? Yes or no?
I'm going with A.
Yes, ding ding ding, correct. He was actually the seventh president.
No, I guess yes works too. I don't know anymore.
So, I mean, if you have this in a bad mood, we can always just do 71 question. The rest I can just quit there.
Can you do this?
Yeah, we can do that.
Thank you.
So next, number 70. At what year did George Washington pass away? A. 1789, B. 1800, C. 1799, or D. 1795?
I'm going with A.
1879, 89, wrong. It was actually 1799. Just a turn of the century. Number 71, the last question, since we were originally planned to do A2, but decided to do the 71 for this short down. How long were William Henry Harrison president of the United States? A. 4 years, B. 8 years, C. 1 month, or D. 2 years?
D.
C.
I said D.
D. 2 years. Wrong. It was only C. 1 month. You see, he was the only president that was the shortest term of long. The reason why he was only for 1 month, he swore the oath as a president the day it happened. There was a rainy day, and the next day he was getting sick. So he died of ammonia after 1 month later. So it's really short. It's just crazy to see at the time, though. So, you know, I can always say that the next question, the next questions.
Maybe you could put them into like a part 2 of this.
I mean, I can always use them to later. I mean, I will do another American quiz of a game show stream later on. So,
yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Yeah, since those questions hasn't even been used, and since I actually figured out Corn came up with some other questions. So, since Brownie and Roy did win with 20 points over 15, so what is it that you like to do as next topic?
What are my options?
Hang on. Put it. I will put the list in the private, so that will be easier to be recognized. One is about Elf. You know, the aliens. One of the Avatar. -1. That was a Switch history, was barely done about a week ago. Wait. Oh, I forgot one. The Avatar, the movie. You know, the blue aliens, the Navi. I actually made a quiz about that as well. So I made it as the quiz. So far, total 18 crypto quiz, 2 about gargoyles, the Gamma Disney show, 2 of the Gamma Bears as a. No, wait, did I? 2? Nope, I don't think so.
Is mythology separate from the Native American, whatever that is?
Yeah, we can do that.
No, I'm asking, is the mythology separate from whatever the North American thing is?
Yeah, that is not only based on one Native American. That's basically all that I could find from different tribes.
All right, because it said that Native American mythology. So I wasn't sure if it just meant that mythology or just mythology in general.
Yeah, there are basically multiple in a in a different since I wasn't really sure to find just based on one. I mean, I have Wikipedia and other places, but then if I had to come up with enough questions, like at least around 60 or maybe 70 most, it wasn't that easy. So I decided to put from multiple different tribes. There are like the Navajo, Cherokee, and many more in as one, rather than just having one, but have multiple ones in the same. So it's just it's just that. Um, so the Phantom is the cartoon character of a comic book series actually. Uh, Robotech is an American animated series. Space worked on that one recently. So, but which one did you decide to pick? Well,
Uh, I could just do like I don't know, maybe just I'm gonna say space, just because I like space. Space is cool.
or, yeah, we can do that. So I think probably best we end the stream here. So yeah, people, there has been an interesting stream. Dash was there, but he left at some point since he was doing something else. We ended the stream a little bit. This Gameshow stream a little bit shorter, but since Game Guy was not much in the mood for some after some family drama, so you all know what that is like. Yeah, so I decided to just shorter it there for more respect to him, since it was clearly shown that he was not much in the mood for any more longer one. So yeah, so next topic will be space, but when that would be, well, I wouldn't say any particular date right now, since I don't even know how many hours I left on the free plan of StreamYard right now, since it was only 20 hours the free plan, unless the StreamYard Premium. And since my resets around next week, no, in 2 weeks, July 11th. So yeah, it's so maybe I would say maybe July 18 or July 25th. No, wait. Let's see. Either 14 or 20. Either 14 or 15 or 21st or 22nd. Either those 2 days, those 2 weeks, I made the next about space. Luckily, though, I already finished that one a long time ago. So, yeah. So, see you everyone next time would be, well, tomorrow. um, see you all tomorrow. Next time. See ya.
And goodbye.